Sup guys, watching Volgor's videos for my next installment of the beer review series. This beer is something you don't see very often, and you just saw the ice right there. What font is that? If you've seen it, you know what it is. Busch Ice. Yeah, I was not expecting this at all. I just went to this place down the road from the high school, and it's called Grandpa's Market. And my dad never goes there because he said beer costs more, and well, I guess that was it. But when I went in there, they didn't have much of a selection. It's like you have a fridge of single, 24 ounce stuff, and then you have a fridge of like a 6-pack of Beck's, something else, a can of Mike's hard lemonade, something else, and then in the middle is like your 6-packs and maybe a case or two. It's like very I don't know, slim. But I looked closely, and I'm like, wait a minute, Busch Ice? And I double checked to see if there was a 24 ounce, 25 ounce, because I'd rather have that. But I said, do you break this apart? Because if I knew how much money I had in my account and whatnot, if I knew how much money I had, I would have bought a 6-pack, no matter how bad it was. Because I've had the worst beers, I've had the best beers. Well, the better beers, I'll put it that way. I won't say I've had the $1 million beer. I've never spent over $4 for a beer, or $4. I've never spent over $4. Maybe over $5, something like that, whatever. Point is, Busch Ice. And unlike Bud Ice is 5.5%. This is 5.9. And standard Busch is 4.3. Bud is 5.0. So Busch is less percentage than Bud more. Busch Ice more percent. Bud Ice less. What? Weird. I don't know. Busch Ice Lager, ice brewed for exceptional smoothness. I hope this isn't gross, but if I can stomach Bud Ice, I can stomach Busch Ice. I can stomach Busch. I can stomach Bud Flats. I can stomach all beers. I think it was $6.30. Or it was about between $6 or $7 for a 6-pack. I can't remember. Whatever, it doesn't matter. Let's get out my glass. What do I do with my glass? There it is. Alright. I'm so thirsty. I'm ready for this. I'm ready. First beer of the day. It's not exploding all over me, even though I had it in the car, sitting sideways. Looks like Busch, alright. Right there. Yep, very pale and yellow straw, piss color like you would a typical Busch or any your typical adjunct American beer. Or if it even isn't American, cheap beer is what it looks like. The cheap crap. So this isn't high mark so far. This doesn't look too good, but I knew it was going to be that good anyways. It's just for the, for the can too. I'm like, oh, Busch Ice. Cool. Alright, time for the swig. Oh, wait, hold on. Back of the bus. Gotta smell it first. It smells like ice. Beer. And you smell less of the typical Anheuser-Busch smell. The corny smell. If you've ever had a Busch, it has that loud corn smell. And this smells more like ice, which isn't really a good thing, isn't really a bad thing. If you like one more than the other, you like ice more than the corn smell, then voila. Well, there goes the head. Alright, now I can chug it. How long has it been since I belched like that in a video? I don't know, because usually I record these at night. Before bed. It is very smooth. And for 5.9, it's decent. I'm going to take a swig out of the can. Yeah, not half bad. It's not great. It's not. I don't think it's terrible, but for a Busch Ice, for Anheuser, you know, my standards are pretty low because I do typically like a lot of cheap American beers. So there you go. And I'm more likely to buy a cheap beer like this than I am to buy a. Well, I was gonna say a nice beer like this, but this is pretty cheap too. This is only $1 a beer, which this I spent for that one Busch Ice was $1.35, or wait a minute, no, $1.30, I think, or 25. 25, 30, because it was $1.30. I mean something like this. This is $1.75. Now this is gonna have a lot more flavor and all that, but that's only 4.2%. So that's why you got to read the fine print. Draft. It's like the Sissy Guinness, and I didn't think about that when I bought it. I just like, oh, Guinness. Oh my God! I can just buy 2. I don't have to buy a whole 4 or 6-pack or whatever. Okay, I only need to taste it, or try it out. I don't need to have one every day. Anyways, Busch Ice. It wasn't hard for me to stomach. You saw me glug it down like it was water. So that's at least it's at least a 5, ain't it? And that's the only one I bought, but I know where they sell them, so I think next time I get some money, I'll probably buy a 6-pack and just have it in the fridge, because it's easy to pound. It's easy. It's 5.9%, which this does remind me a lot of Ice House. But Bud Ice kind of seemed a little rough around the edges. I mean, I can't really pinpoint the flavor, but it did taste not quite as good. But Milwaukee's Best Ice, that's the one I've been drinking lately, and that is more like if you got your dry mouth going on, you're just really super thirsty. That one's not bad too, but actually Milwaukee's Best Ice is probably better than this, and especially for the price, it was $5, so you can't argue with that. And at Rite Aid, and the deals at Rite Aid, it's only $4.79 for a 6-pack of Beast Ice. So yeah, I'm gonna finish this up. There is that corn taste. The smell is more ice, but the taste is more corn. It's, how would I put this in beers? I'd say if you want something that's 5.9 and you want cheap, okay. Well, if you only want one, probably just go along with King Cobra. But last time I had King Cobra, I didn't really like it. I don't know what it was. If it just tasted too much like Budweiser to me, I don't know. It didn't sit well with my stomach. I didn't throw up or anything, but I felt like, it felt like it was not agreeing with my stomach. But, this isn't, for this one can, it wasn't that much more than that's also 24 ounce, so, yeah, you buy it more, you spend money on more, you get more bang for the buck, duh. But, yeah, would I buy this again? Maybe, but not often, just because it's Busch Ice, and I want them to branch out and, branch out, what am I talking about? I'd like that Busch Ice to be in more stores, but I don't know how one person could do that. But yeah, I think I'd give this a 6.5, maybe 6.5, something like that. It's okay if you already like Busch, you like Budweiser, and you want something with a little more kick in it. If you can find it, yeah, I say go for it. But if you don't drink cheap beer like this, you're gonna hate it. I'm sure you would. You can see how yellowy and now Budweiser or how Busch-esque it is. I mean, it's Busch Ice. But for being Busch, I don't really like the standard Busch. But if it's 5.9%, that ups the ante a bit. It makes it a little more worth the chug. So, yeah, I say, depending on the price, $6.65. If you spend like about $7 a 6-pack, it's not worth it. That's like almost not even a 6. But if it's like a 6, around the $6, under 7 price point, then a 6.5, that seems adequate. So yeah, Busch Ice. It sounds really disgusting, but for an average Joe like me, you just want something to chug. I think it's better than natural ice. Personally, I've had natural ice. It used to be one of my favorites, but now that I look back, excuse me. But not unless I need to try it again, because I haven't tried it in a while. I try every once in a while, and every time I try it again, it's like, ugh, it's kind of corny and syrupy. This is just thin and easy to pound. It's like, done. But yeah, it's pretty good. But before I cut out, I forgot to say the Beer Advocate, didn't I? Beer Advocate gives it a 45 awful. The average review is 1.69. 1.69, that's pretty bad. Well, it's almost a 2, which is... that might be, I guess, the same as what I said. But tries a smooth taste and nice beer brewed with a blend of premium American grown imported hops, combination of malt, corn, and provide pleasant, balanced flavor. There's the old can design. Somebody from Ohio gives it 3.54. Yeah, it's not that bad. You just have to be able to stomach Busch already. If you can stomach Busch already, you can definitely stomach the ice version. Alright, so before I cut out, here's our new used free fridge. And see what I got right there? Olympia. Yes, it was $10.50 or $11.50? $10.50 for an 18-pack, which I am pretty proud about. I don't know, pretty proud. I mean, it's the first 18-pack I've ever purchased. I purchased a 6-pack. 12? Is there a 12? I don't think so. There's gotta be. Yeah, there's a 12, but I don't think I've ever got a 12, but this is the first pack I've ever got. My own. 18 of Olympia. And that's a good deal. 50 cents a can. Can't argue with that. So, now we got the Olympia chalice to drink it with, and I have that to put it in. So yeah, well, thanks for watching. See you next time.